Well, hello, friends. This is Tommy Oaks, and this is the Story Break. I have a special guest with me today. It's my oldest son, John Thomas. The reason I have him on the show today is we're doing this Story Break in the month of May, which is Mother's Day, and we're celebrating mothers. I have a very special possession that hangs on the inside door of our house right now, and it's a poem. And I don't know if you can see it or not. We'll move it around a little bit in front of the camera. Maybe we'll figure out a way to show it on the screen. But it's a Mother's Day poem. Where's the camera show it mainly? Right at that little spot. Uh-huh. You might see a little flower in there that John Thomas drew. He did this when he was just a very young boy. And for the Story Break, I've asked him, this is one of the earliest poems that John Thomas ever wrote in his entire life, and it's about his mother. And so in honor of all mothers, I'm going to have John Thomas share with you this poem he wrote about his mother when he was just a very small boy.
What is a mom? A poem by John Thomas Oaks. A mom is a person who gives you good cheer, who gives love and happiness all through the year, who does things for you, and in exchange, you buy something for her and give her the change. What is a mom? A person to love, who's nice and pretty, just like a dove. If you don't have a mom, you're in really bad shape, 'cause if you're not with a mom, you're like wet Scotch tape. I love you.
Isn't that a beautiful work of art there? And a wonderful composition. I don't know how old you were when you wrote that. Do you?
I don't know, but it was a while back.
Probably in the single digits down there somewhere. Just old enough to do a little bit of writing. So it may have been about elementary school. Now, we also have many favorite poems about mothers. And one of my absolute favorite poems is a poem that John Thomas shared with us that was written by Billy Collins. Was he the poet laureate of
the United States?
Of the United States,
2001 to 2003.
Okay, and it's really about a mother, but its title is The Lanyard.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask John Thomas, in honor of his mother and all mothers, to share this little poem with you.
This is The Lanyard by Billy Collins. The other day I was ricocheting slowly off the blue walls of this room, moving as if underwater from typewriter to piano, from bookshelf to an envelope lying on the floor, when I found myself in the L section of the dictionary, where my eyes fell upon the word lanyard. No cookie nibbled by a French novelist could send one into the past more suddenly. A past where I sat at a workbench at a camp by a deep Adirondack lake, learning how to braid long, thin plastic strips into a lanyard, a gift for my mother. I had never seen anyone use a lanyard or wear one, if that's what you did with them, but that did not keep me from crossing strand over strand, again and again, until I had made a boxy red and white lanyard for my mother. She gave me life and milk from her breasts, and I gave her a lanyard. She nursed me in many a sick room, lifted spoons of medicine to my lips, laid cold face cloths on my forehead, and then led me out into the airy light and taught me to walk and swim, and I in turn presented her with a lanyard. Here are thousands of meals, she said, and here is clothing and a good education, and here is your lanyard, I replied, which I made with a little help from a counselor. Here is a breathing body and a beating heart, strong legs, bones, and teeth, 2 clear eyes to read the world, she whispered. And here, I said, is the lanyard I made at camp, and here I wish to say to her now is a smaller gift. Not the worn truth that you can never repay your mother, but the rueful admission that when she took that 2-tone lanyard from my hand, I was as sure as a boy could be that this useless, worthless thing I wove out of boredom would be enough to make us even.
Thank you, John Thomas, for sharing that poem. Thank God for your mother. Thank God for all mothers. This is Tommy Oakes. Thanks for coming to the Story Break. See you next time.